Okay, hello everyone. I hope all is well. Now, let's see here. We're going to talk about how to get clients, customers in the beauty industry. Now, this is going to be a conversation about your marketing, your business. Now, things have changed since I've been out here in the business world. And if you don't know who I am, the first time listening to me, I am Sandy. I am a hairstylist. I'm a cosmetology instructor in the state of Georgia. I've been in the beauty industry for over 30 years as a cosmetologist, had my instructor license for 9 years, and I've worked in corporate. I've owned my own salons, three salons, and I've also taught at the major beauty schools. Empire Beauty, I used to sub there for them. I've worked at the technical college level, and then I've also worked with Virginia College before they closed, and I was an instructor there as well. So I have a plethora of information, and I am one of the ones that has not graduated from cosmetology school and then jumped into getting your instructor license. Not saying nothing's wrong with that, especially if you've already had the experience of being in the industry. But a lot of times, we some people, I've seen them go to beauty school and then get jump right out and then go and try to teach cosmetology when they haven't had the whole spectrum of experience. But I'm one of the ones that have. So I know when you're listening to me, I'm telling you the things from experience. Textbook, it's I only teach you theory out of the textbook, the things that you need to know before you get out there doing someone hair. That's what I do and on that aspect. But for is the things that we're going to talk about in this video and a lot of the videos for Beauty Empire CEO. And then I am also I also have an academy that I have launched, and I also give you deep dive on. I'm doing actual classes because the goal is to do a brick and mortar. Now the Beauty Empire CEO is from the business aspect of the beauty industry. And then also I've been a couple of, I'm just running my resume a little bit to let you know that I'm credible with what I'm saying. I'm not trying to brag or boast here. I just want to let you know that I am credible for saying and talking to you. But also I've worked in corporations too, like Smart Styles. I've worked in, when I first got out of school, I've worked in salons, and then I've also booth rent. So I've pretty much done everything in the beauty industry that someone coming out of beauty school would do before they launch their own thing. So I've been there, seen it, done that. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. But there's a lot we have to talk about. We can talk about a lot of it, and I can share with you from my experiences in this industry for you to be successful, because I will be 55 April 29th. I'm shooting this video April 24th, 2024. And look, y'all, I know I have a purpose because I want to show you. If you can see this little scar here, I was in a bad car wreck on Saturday, April the 20th, and I thank God for me still being here. And this is only, the bruise. Although I'm hurting, I'm look, I'm gonna be honest with you right now. I have my medication in my system, but I'm gonna tell you, I I can't function too much right now because of I'm still in a lot of pain, and I just said I wanted to get out here because I have been wanting to do these videos, but I just want to do as many as my body will allow me to. And I want to go ahead and get started in talking to you about how to get customers in your business. And I'm gonna turn this phone off because I don't want this to disturb me. Okay. Alrighty. So, and we're going to go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and give you some info about how you can get customers in your business, in your salon. Now, first of all, the best way to do it and get the targeted customer, get the most perfect customer for you, is we are going to have to do some research. And it's simply because we want to be able to get that target audience, that target person for our business. But now you can use this in any business, but I am niching down with this particular one for beauty professionals. And I've been there, done it. Things have been there, done that. Things have advanced so much since I've been a cosmetologist. Years ago, when I used to have to pass out flyers, put them on cards, go by these people jobs, and then they'll it was so expensive back then for us to market with, radio station, television stations. I mean, a package for a marketing deal was like $5,000 and $10,000, other than you just passing out flyers and word of mouth, and especially if you're new to the industry. And then I'll give you some hacks along the way, that things that I did to when I came into a certain neighborhood, how I would mail out, I would create my own flyers and I would mail them out. And how I got the list, just on an organic list. I didn't have to buy a list. I didn't have to, bother anybody, but I created a list just by going by the different neighborhoods. And I can show you how you can do that now. It's so much more advanced on the GIS system. So I'll physically show you how to do that, because telling you it won't give you any service. So just look out for that video for that information as well. And then if you really want it and you wanted time I drop it, just put a comment down below and say, yeah, just say video neighborhood, just say video for GIS marketing, or yeah, just put that. Just say just put GIS marketing, GIS marketing, and then I'll send you the link. So, but I will be launching one to kind of demonstrate to you, but I'm gonna show it. I want to if I know that you want it time, I get ready to post it or get ready to upload it, then I'll just send you the link and then you can go ahead and see it right away. Okay. All right. Now let's talk about how to get customers for your business, for your salon business. And like I said, this can be any business, but we're niching down to salon today. And, beauty, barber, whatever, your massage therapy, whatever you want to do. This is what we're going to talk about. Now, I think some of the things that you need to consider and be very strategic about. Okay. Okay. Now, we have to learn who is our target audience. We have to know who are we going to reach out to. And this is going to be your archetype. And now you've heard this before, but I want to specifically let your neurons in your brain to focus in on this for your industry. Now, you imagine the ideal person, client that you're serving, what you're doing, whatever your specialty is going to be in this industry. If it's going to be haircutting, if it's going to be, just a spectrum of everything. And then you have a staff that's working for you. And then, you want just everybody in the area, in the neighborhood, to come into your place of operations. You also want to know exactly that age group potential. Or do you want to do the whole family? Where do you have staff, first of all, that can service the whole family? Because you may have someone that is a little bit more specialized with kids. And, these are some things that you want to think about. Is anybody that's worked with my team that they really, really love kids? Because especially when doing kids' hair, you got to have the patience, and you got to have somebody that will be willing to have the patience. And then also you want to know your potential avatar. We will say that's your archetype avatar, your avatar. We're going to say we want to know the marital status, because a lot of times that makes a difference on what these people do, how often they get their hair done, or things like that. And then the educational level is very important too, because why I need to know the educational level of somebody that I'm going to do their hair. Well, it means so much psychological. The educational level, a lot of times on the educational level, it all depends if they have, just moderate, like high school education. They got a different mindset versus someone that has an associate degree or a bachelor's degree, because they may be doing different things. They may be involved with different activities. And then that way you would know what your particular clients, what are their demeanor, what are their style, their lifestyle. Because believe it or not, every category in the beauty industry have a different level. They have a different level of thinking. Their mindset is totally different. So you want to know that. And that way you won't just have a mixture of people coming to you and then you can't satisfy, come. Because let me tell you, this is why a lot of times you may have clients coming in your salon. They may not like the atmosphere. They may say, you might be too loud, or you're too this, or you're too that, or you're too, oh, that place is just too bougie for me, or that place is, I just don't get a feel for that place. This is why it is so important to determine your avatar, your archetype. It is so important to determine that. Now, we also want to know, what are these folks doing, what they listen to, what radio wise, what is it that what kind of music do they listen to? Because you may want to know this too. So you may want to learn whatever station they listen to it yourself sometime to see what kind of advertisement is there, what kind of events are coming on, and what is going on, so you can be ahead of your promotions. This is why you can know that too as well. And then also, if you want to market with these radio stations or companies, but you don't necessarily have to, but if you knew what they listen to, then you can use that information to, to craft and to critique your advertisement, whether you do it on social media or what, or wherever. Because even the radio stations and things like that they're listening to, even when you're getting ready to run ads, you can run the ads to that particular, that can be a part of your, one of your parameters of what you say, I'm targeting this specific person. So this information that you're going to gather, this intelligence that you're going to get from your potential clients, is going to be so useful in you in many areas. Okay. In many areas. Okay. Now, knowing also, what is their profession, what are they doing for a living, are they a stay-at-home mom, or they're a professional person, what do they do? Knowing this is going to be so important too as well. And knowing the family dynamic, I think I mentioned that earlier. Well, how many kids do they have, what are their age levels, what are their grade levels, what is, what is that family going to be like? This is going to be all of, you need to know all of this about your avatar. All of this information is going to help you be successful at getting the right person to learn more about your business. Okay, more about your business. So now let's also talk about, you know this, most of this, what I mentioned, can be online. Now let's talk about offline. um who can you collaborate with, or who can you connect with when it comes down to, getting out there on the pavement and maybe putting on fashion shows, maybe partnering with other photographers or organizations that may have events coming up. You may want to be specific about any kind of event for children, learning any kind of proms, or any kind of major events for young people. Maybe collaborating with somebody that you can get the word out, and you can be visible. Put it there. A lot of times they have like little different battles for hair or barbering or things like that. Putting on fashion shows, it wouldn't be nothing wrong with that. Having a specific theme in your community now it will benefit you, because the reason why it would benefit you now, because there's so much ever changing things, and people are kind of like undecided on how they would want to do, and everybody love to see a good, well tailored person, or business owner doing their thing out here in the world. They really like to see that. They like the aesthetics, they like to see nice things, they like to know how to coordinate. You can probably have a fashion show, and what hairstyle looks better with this, and have some men with the suits, what suit, what haircut look good with this kind of suit. You can be as creative as you want to be, and then learning, talking to about how it's so important for his massaging, all of this, taking care of your nails, taking care of your hair, how to do it. Oh, it's so much you can do with this. So much you can do with this, offline thing. So, and then, I mean, creating, just creating a press release, or creating something that you can give to your local news station, and tell them, and maybe come in and do an interview with them. They're always looking for someone to to give them content. They got some spaces where they're always looking for someone that they want to be able to do a good story, or put out content, putting out content. So knowing that as well. And then also remember that I said earlier, knowing who your clients, voice radio, knowing who they listen to, for as your radio, television, things like that. knowing what every you ought to have a calendar yourself to knowing what event is coming up that's kind of like a compliment of what you do, and then get out here and kind of partner with those people and make it happen. That's what you can do. You really can. That's what you can do. Okay, now, so I hope that didn't overwhelm you so far, but we got a little ways to go. We got a little few more things to do. I wouldn't say ways to go. We got a little more things to do. And some of the strategies also that I want to give you offline is, what will you do with all of this list that you have accumulated? You need to structure this thing, and you need to have it organized in a way that every time you look at it, you can come up with more ways, more strategies, and more plans, more strategies, more plans, more strategies. That is going to help you dominate. Or they're gonna be like, how in the world is they? How are they doing that? How are they business doing this? Some of the things that I did, I'm gonna share with you. When I first got, man, was it my first salon? Yeah, it was my first salon. There was another. Actually, there were two other salons. Eventually, it was only one other salon in the plaza where I was, and the landlord, she didn't care. She just was trying to rent out the booths, because most places now, they were having a clause that another salon couldn't move in the same plaza. Well, me and that young lady, we did two different styles of hair. I mean, da 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 da. And so it was fine. It was cool. It was okay. And then the other young lady came in, and then she pretty much had her own set clientele, because I think she used to work with someone else. I can't remember who, but she used to work and then she ended up moving, moving by herself. So I want you to know that your target, your target is your target. You be laser focused on who you're going to get as your potential client too as well. And now also, let's find out now some of the social media strategies that we can possibly use is knowing where your audience is going to find their entertainment from. It's going to be definitely a great way for you to maybe either sponsor, do a sponsorship with one of the, with one of those pages, or you know finding out what really matters to that group of people, knowing a little bit about what they like and what they don't like. And you find this out by reading, you find this out by going into your niche, getting on Facebook, getting on YouTube, getting on other channels, and seeing in your area of expertise. It can be a certain hairstyle, it can be skincare, it can be, whatever you want to laser focus on at that particular time, or you want to just get a whole full synopsis of what's going on. And you can find out even through beauty school websites and things like that. Just find out what those students are looking for, what they're hungry for. And even with that, you can tell whether some of those you want them to come and be a part of your team, or you can necessarily learn some things from them that they're out there in the world looking and learning, that you may not be familiar with at the time. But it is so important to know all of these things, and knowing what kind of problems you can solve in this industry. A lot of folks are talking about hair, their hair loss, and this is so broad, hair weave, where they can get their supplies, how to make homemade hair products. Oh, goodness, what kind of ingredients to use. Any of this that you want to capture your audience is. And a lot of this stuff I've already, like I said, I've already um launched my hair care line. And as I was launching it and as I was doing my research, I learned a whole lot about how to do different things and get my business up and running and launched. And then I also got a approval from Walmart for as putting my product on their putting my product online. And so by me doing that, I had to create a website. That was a mandatory situation. They wanted you to have a website. But anyway, in doing that, I learned so much that you really, really Rome wasn't built in a day, and you really have to be dedicated to what you're doing. You got to be dedicated to the cause. You really do. So yeah, yes, you do. All right, and write this down. Write some of the things down as you are trying to work on getting your footing and getting your target audience down to a science. Um, Knowing where that person is shopping, what are they looking at, there are ways that you can find this out. I give all of these specifics in courses that I do, and if you want to work with me one-on-one, that's not a problem. You can just reach out to me. um, and then also finding out who are the leaders in your industry and making sure that you're following them, making sure that you're seeing what's going on with them, and making sure of what's out there. Okay. So, and it's just like, anything, knowing anything about your potential customers, client, what they're reading, what social media pages they're on, what they like. These social media platforms have a wealth of information. Etsy has a lot of wealth of information. Pinterest have information. Facebook have Instagram, TikTok, Reddit, Quora, all of this, YouTube, did I mention that? All of these have data that's already there. Amazon have even so much, especially if you want to write a book, or not even necessarily, you can read comments on these places where you are going and looking at the information from others. Read and see what's being said. And the secret to the sauce is, guess what? When you read and you find out what others are saying, that's a hint that that's a problem you can solve. You don't you don't have to pay me $1,000 for me to tell you that. That is how you do it. You solve the problem. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I know that there's a need for this information. People in the beauty industry have really, really not thought about business, the business aspect and the business side of the beauty industry. That's why you have so many others are out here running circles around some of us, or some of you. They're running circles around us in the business aspect of everything, simply because they know that there's a business component that can't be ignored. There's a business component to this that can't be ignored. Okay? Alrighty. So now, when you learn about who's complaining and who's fussing about certain services and or products or whatever you're out here doing, then you start solving the problem, because if one person has that problem, there's a few more others that has it as well, and you need to get about your business of working on solving it. That's all you have to do. And keep your ear to the ground. Keep just learning more about what what you can find out, and learning how to take that information and do something with it, package it, whatever. So, but I'm here for you if that's what you want to do and if you need that. Okay. So now, and then along the way, preparing yourself for giving these people what they want, learning and deciding on how are you going to be able to give them like a discount, or how are you going to be able to give them complimentary products and or services. What can you do? What kind of event can you host? Whether it be offline, online, virtual, or just you're gonna just do a class and you want them to be hands on. You want them to come, and how is it going to benefit them? How will it benefit them to get out here and make the best of their business? How will it be beneficial? That is the key to your success in this beauty industry. No doubt, hands down, you can do it. But you got to have that strategic plan. And then knowing, speak their language, speak the language that they're speaking as you're researching them, speak their language, know what is really, really up with them, know, know the right message to even put up, to talk about. No, you got to know this. They got to understand you and you got to understand them. You have to. Okay. So I think we're going to stop here today. I know it's probably been a lot just sharing with you these things, but this will be we'll talk about another part this will be part two to this. And this so far should help you. If you have any more questions and you want to be a part of anything that I have going on outside of this, I want you to just reach out, make sure that you are connected to me at some capacity, leave a comment. And also, I would definitely, you can also now text me at push the dream to 833-247-6465. But and then you can put in the information. You can put that you are interested in for as beauty, in the beauty sector, because I do just a straight business coaching. But if I want to specifically, just kind of, you can, as you text push the dream to 833-247-6465, you can also write a little comment there and just let me know what category are you just want to know more about, the niche that you want to know more about. Because like I said, I do the business coaching as well, and I'm gonna probably eventually get another link for you to just strictly reach me if you just straight have business questions. But as for now, I just hope that this helped you to kind of see, this is how I can, this is just part one, because you can gain customers this way. And I want you to know that you just got to do it. Got to do it. And I know you can do it, because outside of you getting, just think about it. You have a skill that nobody else has. And you can make people feel good, look beautiful, and just change the trajectory of their day, their lives, and make them feel better. Some of them may be depressed, and what you have to offer them is going to change their life. Don't you like changing lives? So anyway, we just life changers, and I've seen and done so many over the years, till I'm glad that I was able to do what I had to do in this industry. But like I said, I want to pass on the knowledge that I've learned along the way. But now I'm gonna tell you, you just gotta be committed. That's all you gotta do. Be committed and do great. You keep your craft up, and this business side, you can leave this up to me to help you get to the next level. Okay, all righty. Talk to you later, and I thanks so much for allowing me to help kind of put some more thoughts in your mind about this beautiful industry. Okay, alrighty. See you in the next video. Bye bye.